Infigo allows you to customize most text labels and content within each storefront. In this tutorial, we'll show you how to locate and amend these text strings. So much of the language strings within your Infigo storefront, front end and back end, can be customized to suit you and your customers. So we'll investigate an example of each of these in this tutorial. In our front end, we'll update the change password page title, which is part of our My Account settings. So we'll change those to read security settings. And as our back-end example, we'll just change our dashboard label here on the menu to something like summary. So to begin, we're going to navigate in our Infigo admin area to our languages page. So just search for languages. We then need to click the View String Resources button on the published language string that you'd like to amend. So in my case, it's English. And click View String Resources. So manual searching for the language string that you want is unlikely to be effective due to the very large amount of available language strings that we have within the Infigo software. We do provide filter capabilities allowing you to locate the required language strings with ease, and you'll see that there's a few filter options available on the different columns. It's recommended that you use the filter funnel icon at the top of the value column. So the value column is by far the easiest way to search for the wording or text that you wish to change. So you're able to perform this search using a number of approaches. So if you know the entire language string, then you can use a search which is using the is equal to, for example. As a result, that's likely to give you a smaller number of returned options. So for example, if I say basket, that's going to filter that down to all of the entries which only have the word basket. On the flip side, if I only know part of the language string, then you're able to change that search parameter there to contains, and that will show me all of the values which contain basket, which is likely to give more results, but it will cast a wider net. You can see that there's other filter options available as well, so is not equal to, starts with, and ends with. And you can combine that with a second search parameter as well if you wish to do so. So in our example, we're going to change one of the language strings in our account settings. So if I go back here and have a look at what I want to change, I want to change this change password phrasing to something like security settings. So the easiest way to do this is to actually directly copy and paste our language string that we want to change. I can tell that that's the full language string, so I can filter for is equal to, and then paste the value that I want to change. That filters down, and I can see in this case that I have 4 available options. Now we need to figure out which one is the one we want to change, and this is where we start to look in the resource name. So you should only use the resource name column to identify if this value is the correct instance. So the resource name normally contains page names that a value will appear on and a little more information. So you never want to actually change the resource name itself, as this will break links on your storefront itself. So in our case, I can take a look through the available options here, and I think this top one is likely the one I want to change. So account.change password. It's not a button that I want to change, so I can rule this one out. So I'm just going to go ahead and click edit over on the right hand side and enter my new language string. Click update. It will now disappear from that list because it no longer matches the filter. However, if I go and refresh the page that that language string appears on, it will instantly update. So if I've chosen the correct language string, we'll see an instant update in how that's displayed. And we follow exactly the same process on the back end as well. So we said in our example that we wanted to change this dashboard word here to summary or something like that. Exactly the same process is followed in exactly the same window. So I'm going to search for some relevant search parameters. So I'll just go for dashboard. That shows me all of the entries. And then I can filter down through my resource name and try and find one that's the most suitable to the one I'm looking for. So this is on my administration menu over on the left-hand side. So it stands to reason that admin.menu.dashboard might be the one I'm looking for. So I'll edit that to summary, update, and then refresh the page. And if I've chosen the correct string, that will now update.